What's happening, friends? Ryan McCaffrey here, Marty Sleva there.
Hey, everybody.
This is Inside, which Marty is, it's a 10.
It's a 10,
Gave
yeah.
it a 10.
This is the first 10 you've ever given at IGN.
This is my first IGN 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't given one in a long, long time since before I worked here, and my goodness, this is so deserving of it.
Yeah, absolutely. By the time you're seeing this, it's probably available right now on Xbox One. It's going to be out early July on the PC, but yeah,
Steam
this
and
is
Windows
on Steam
Store.
and Windows. Yeah, we were just talking. This is currently your game of the year.
As of the midway point of
Yep.
2016 here, this is it. I mean, this is just an unbelievable. I mean, we define a 10 not as perfect because there's no
nothing's
such
perfect,
thing,
yeah.
but a masterpiece. And here, Marty, when this talk about this. For
Yeah, so this is, to just really quick background, this is the second game from Playdead, who are the developers of Limbo, which came out back in, was it 2010?
Yep.
So this has been 6 years in the
years.
making, and this game sort of takes the core tenets of Limbo, which is atmospheric, nonverbal storytelling and a character in danger as you explore this world where everything wants to murder you. And it's just
2D physics-based puzzle.
Yes,
platform.
totally. 2D, yeah. Very simple mechanics. But this game takes what Limbo did and honestly improves upon every single facet of it, which is incredible because Limbo is one of the best 360 games and one of the best XBLA games ever.
Should I get killed on purpose?
Yes, you should get killed on purpose. One of the things is the death scenes in this game are brutal. And the first time you die, you're like, oh, they're just going to capture you or kidnap you. And it's like, oh, no, they will just straight up murder you. And it starts off with these humans. I mean, the story is still, we've both beat it a couple times. A bunch of folks at IGN have beat it. We're still trying to piece together what the hell this game's about.
Please play the game before anyone spoils it for
Yes.
you. So this video, which you can already tell by the time code, is only 10 minutes long.
So yes. Yeah, we're not gonna get very far. We're not gonna talk about any late game stuff. But this is a game. It's about 2.5, 3 hours long.
It took me 3 hours the first time, about 2.5 the second time.
Yeah, but this is a game that it deserves to be played in a sort of 1 or 2 sittings, completely fresh, devoid of any spoilers, because the journey you go on, the places you go, the harrowing situations you find yourself in, the ultimate indescribable climax is one of the most special gaming experiences I've had in years.
Speaking of harrowing situations, Marty, let's be quiet for a minute. Pooch? Wait for it.
Oh, this isn't going to be good. Yes, you're in this. Or it starts off, the story's like you could piece it together. Like this is this Orwellian society. You are a kid trying to escape sort of a fascist regime and their dogs. But then where it goes is completely bonkers in the best possible way.
Starting now.
Yes.
So look how beautiful this is.
Every
look at
frame.
This. Every frame of it.
Oh, just look at the way the sunlight, or the flashlight glistens off the water. There's a dog after you.
I'm moving as fast as I can, Marty. I'm moving as fast as I can. Oh, God! Every time!
Yeah,
I've played this twice.
One of the things is the game has these chase sequences where it is choreographed so perfectly to where even when Ryan was playing that, I'm like, oh, you're not going to make it. That dog's going to eat you. That dog's totally going to eat you. Yeah. It's just everything about this game. You see the use of foreground and background with the trees. That
the lighting,
yes,
the art direction. Look at just that little twinge of like moonlight.
Yeah, shining off his back.
Yeah.
The animations of not only the nameless young boy, we assume, but just every character and every creature and every animal in the environment is masterful. And it is one of those things where you're like, man, it's a pretty small team like Playdead. Like, what are you doing for 6 years? And you look at this, you're like, oh, this makes perfect sense, actually.
You've been polishing this for probably 3 years.
Yeah,
half that time.
yeah, totally. And it's just, it is.
Oh, God, hold on.
So that's a pro tip there. I feel like everyone's going to run to the right and get killed.
Yeah, and it teaches you a lesson.
And it teaches you a lesson, yeah. This is definitely a game where it's sort of trial by failure, where you learn from your mistakes.
Just
and
like
grow from
Limbo.
them. Just like Limbo, absolutely. And it's one of those things, like, I actually love that design because it's a thing where the game teaches you, it sort of forces you to make a mistake and then forces you to learn from that mistake so that the next time something like that happens, you're willing to...
Oh, Marty. Oh, Marty. Should I get captured on purpose?
Oh, God. I feel like you need to make it out of this one. When the dogs come back, that's when we'll... Jeez. Just look at the way he...
Oh, whoops.
I think that's bad. I think that's bad. No, I think you might have it. Yep.
I'm good.
Oh, God. I like how I'm still like tense and like my palms are a little bit sweaty. Just look at the subtle camera movements.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
How good is that? Seriously. And then submerging yourself in the water the first time. Yeah, and this game is if you somehow play through the entire thing without dying, which I think would
hold on.
be
I gotta not drown.
nay impossible. Yes, you can drown. If you would play through the entire thing without dying, it is one continuous shot. You would never see a loading screen. It would be like if you drew this game out on the giant blackboard, you'd be able to draw the entire map of the game.
And I want to just look at this scene right now.
Yeah.
That's astounding.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
Most games, Marty, I think it's fair to say, we're lucky if they have one coat of polish on them. The best of the best might have two coats.
Yeah.
This game literally looks like it has about 7 coats of polish on it.
I mean, this is...
Should I die on purpose
This
again?
is... Yeah, maybe.
Let's
What do they shoot you here, right?
Yeah, they darted me.
Yep.
And then that's it.
And then you just drown. Yeah. Yeah, there's no... It is one of those things every time when you play this game, as morbid as it sounds, also, as you saw before, like, checkpoints are ample, and they're they're spaced out almost every screen or so.
It's so pretty. Oh my God.
And the load times are minuscule. But the death animations are so harrowing and actually add a bit to the story because, I mean, that's the first time you die, you learn, whoever these people are, they're totally willing to kill this presumably innocent child in cold blood and really not think twice about it.
And we never really know, like, there are cars, so it sort of dates the game, but it's hard to tell, is this the 50s? Is this now? Is this the future?
Yeah. Yeah, because you stumble upon forms of technology later, but it's definitely, like, it is sort of that timeless technology.
Yeah.
It is, it is motors and it is machinery and it's some computers, but it feels very like this could be something Kubrick directed.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
and this moment here, too, of just running through the cornfield and seeing the stalks in the foreground and background.
The pacing of the game is immaculate.
Yep.
The puzzle design, they mix and match the elements enough. It never wears out its welcome.
Yep.
There aren't any boring parts. There aren't
Absolutely.
any repetitive sections.
Yeah.
It's all and there's so many unexpected events that occur in this game that are simply mesmerizing and are just nothing unlike anything you've ever seen before.
Yeah, honestly, this is one of those games.
Like, what the hell are these little chicks?
Yeah, what are these? And then you start.
I don't know, Marty.
And you're like, oh, well, they're following me, or at least they're attracted to me. And the game does such a good job of its puzzles are relatively simple. I guess as a pro tip, like if you get stuck on a puzzle, my advice is you might be overthinking it.
Yep.
Because the puzzles are smart but also simple, and they're not trying to trick you. But the game does a very good job of using subtle lighting and subtle particle effects and subtle camera movements and things like this, where it's like, all right, these birds are all flocking to me, so this means something.
And there's a pile of dead pigs.
And there's a pile of dead pigs, which is you're going to see piles of dead things throughout the game. That's sort of a running theme. Yeah, just an astounding game, and it's one of those games where
look at the animation, Marty. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no, absolutely. Everything seems singular. Nothing seems reused.
It's so cohesive.
Yeah, because in so many games, it's like, well, here you have the one climbing animation, you have the one jumping animation, and that's it. Whereas everything here feels like they mocapped someone in the entirety of this game with every subtle.
Okay, what's that? I guess we're going to ruin the first puzzle of the game for you, and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah. But this is one of those games where once or twice a year a game comes around that it invokes the same level of sort of, well, I don't know. I don't think people have water coolers anymore, but water cooler discussion, like an episode, like a Game of Thrones finale would.
Yes.
Where everyone, like the second someone has beat this game, which, now that it's going to be out in the wild, more and more of us are going to be playing it and beating it, we're like, let's go into a side room and talk about it because we need to figure out what the hell we just played.
As well, maybe I shouldn't ruin the first.
Maybe
puzzle.
we won't.
We won't ruin anything. Maybe we'll just wrap up.
Yeah. So this is this Let's Play for Inside is living on IGN as well as our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/podcastunlocked
/IGN Unlocked.
/IGN Unlocked.
We couldn't get.
No, that was the Facebook. Yes, youtube.com/IGN Unlocked. If you haven't listened, Ryan and I co-host the Podcast Unlocked, which is the world's #1 Xbox podcast.
And we'll be, I believe it'll be episode 253.
Yeah.
We'll have a spoiler cast
Yes.
of this game. We'll just talk we'll talk spoilers at the end of the show, so you can just stop if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that'll be the episode going up the first week of July. So we'll sort of parse through what the hell we all just experienced. But honestly, 10 out of 10, completely agree with you. This is a must-buy and a must-play on the Xbox One.
Please play it. Xbox One now, Steam, and Windows Store very soon. It's unbelievable. It's incredible, Marty.
Yeah, it's special.
Incredible.
It's one of the most memorable 3 hours of gaming I've had in quite some time.
For much more on all things inside, you're already in the right place right here at IGN.